A super typhoon is one of the most powerful storms on Earth, with sustained wind speeds of at least 240 kilometers per hour. These storms form over the warm Pacific Ocean, where rising warm air creates low pressure, causing the storm to spin and intensify. Super Typhoon Ragasa is a recent example, rapidly intensifying from a tropical depression to a super typhoon. Its path threatened densely populated regions in Asia, with forecasters closely monitoring its enormous eye. Ragasa was a meteorological beast bringing destructive winds, torrential rain and life-threatening storm surges. The energy released by a mature super typhoon in one day surpasses the world's electrical generating capacity. This energy drives ferocious winds and immense rainfall, leading to catastrophic flooding and landslides. For millions in its path, preparing for Ragasa meant prioritizing safety and security. Ragasa's journey began with a menacing crawl towards the Philippines, then Taiwan, and finally the southern coast of China. Each location braced for a direct hit, with weather agencies issuing high alerts and governments implementing emergency plans. The story of Ragasa is about human impact and community resilience in the face of an increasingly powerful threat. It highlights the need for preparedness and adaptation in a changing world. Super Typhoon Ragasa first impacted the northern Philippines, lashing the region with powerful winds and heavy rain. The storm caused flash floods and landslides, isolating communities and resulting in tragic loss of life. Ragasa then targeted Taiwan, making landfall in Hualien County, where a lake barrier burst, causing severe flooding. At least 14 people were killed, and infrastructure suffered catastrophic damage, including the collapse of the Matayan Bridge. Emergency crews worked tirelessly to rescue survivors and provide aid. Daily life was disrupted, with schools and offices closed and public transportation halted. Residents evacuated to emergency shelters as floodwaters rose. The storm left a landscape of ruin, with communities facing a long road to recovery. Ragasa's impact was a stark reminder of the power of nature and the need for resilience. As Ragasa approached Hong Kong, the city braced for a direct hit, issuing its highest-level typhoon warning. The bustling metropolis came to a halt, with streets deserted and the silence broken only by the storm's fury. Ferocious winds and a significant storm surge caused extensive flooding and damage. The Heng Feichuan estate was inundated and dramatic scenes unfolded across the coastline. Temporary shelters filled with people seeking refuge as the typhoon paralyzed the city. Schools and businesses closed, public transport suspended, and flights cancelled. Hong Kong was cut off, at the mercy of Ragasa's immense power. The storm's impact highlighted the city's vulnerability and the importance of preparedness. Macau faced a similar threat, with widespread flooding in its historic inner harbor. The local power company suspended electricity in vulnerable areas to ensure safety. Mainland China prepared for Ragasa's landfall, with Guangdong province bracing for impact. Authorities initiated large-scale evacuations, moving residents to secure shelters. Transportation was brought to a standstill, with rail travel suspended and flights cancelled. Fishing boats returned to port, and coastal attractions were shut down. The province held its breath, hoping preparations would prevent disaster. The scale of the operation underscored the seriousness of the threat. Ragasa's approach highlighted the need for coordinated emergency response efforts. In Ragasa's aftermath, the question arises, why are storms becoming more powerful? The answer is climate change. Rising sea temperatures fuel these storms, allowing them to intensify rapidly. The increased moisture leads to heavier rainfall, exacerbating flood risks. Recovery efforts must focus on building resilient infrastructure and improving early warning systems. Despite the devastation, community spirit shone through, with neighbors helping each other and volunteers distributing aid. The experience of Ragasa serves as a warning and a call to action. Governments and individuals must focus on preparedness, strengthening building codes, and restoring natural defenses. Families are encouraged to have emergency kits and evacuation plans. The fight against stronger storms involves mitigating climate change and adapting to new realities. Survivors are rebuilding, armed with the knowledge that preparation and community are key defenses against future storms.